Before I continue, I emphasize to you one customer Farouk of Uganda's idea. No one is coming in your life. No one is coming in your what?
Life.
In your life. The government is busy. Your clan is busy. Even your friends are busy. So it's upon you to liberate yourself. So we need to know the roles of parliament. We are saying today, legislature as arm of government, it's primarily responsible for enacting laws, scrutinizing government actions, and representing the will of the people. The parliament represents the will of the people because it's you people who vote the what? The parliament. But we are saying, what are the roles of the parliament? Number one, lawmaking. It's called the legislation. Today, the parliament currently, 2021-2026 in Uganda, is comprised of 557 members of parliament. So we are saying the parliament participates in lawmaking, legislation, and it's the core function. Its core function is to debate, enact, amend, and repeal laws necessary for good governance. In other words, let me first explain. The parliament makes what? Law. The parliament makes what? Laws. Another one, the parliament takes part in the approval of the national budget proposed by the executive, authorizes government expenditure, and approves borrowing. The national budget that is proposed by the executive, it's approved by the what? By the parliament. The parliament is the one that approves the what? The parliament. And recommends government borrowing. If we need to borrow money from outside, the parliament must do what? Approve whether we need to borrow or not. Another one, it monitors, scrutinizing the actions, policies, and programs of the executive arm through questions, debates, and parliamentary committees. It monitors and scrutinizes the action, policies of the executive. Whatever the executive does, it is the parliament to scrutinize and see whether the parliament what it's doing is right or wrong. Altogether, it serves as the voice of the people, representing diverse views, interests, and needs of various constituencies. So we are saying it serves as the voice of the people. In other words, it's upon people that the people, their voices are taken over by the what? By the parliamentarians in the parliament. In other words, the MP that is representing you takes what you want and discusses it in what? In parliament. If you want your road to be built, it's your MP to take your voice in where? In parliament. Another one, it tends to exercise checks on the executive by approving key presidential appointments. It approves key presidential appointments, where we are saying if the president has appointed people, they pass through parliament to be what? Approved. Without approval from parliament, they cannot get those positions. Another one, it possesses the power to amend the national constitution. It, of course, following constitutional procedures, it can change the what? The constitution. You remember the constitution was changed to say that there is no age limit for one to become a what? A president. There is no age limit. This was done by the parliament. Then it takes part in approval of all forms of taxation tariffs imposed by the government, ensuring fiscal accountability. It takes part in the approval of all forms of taxation. All forms of what? Taxation. Then it provides the crucial forums for open debate and discussion on matters of national importance. All matters of national importance are discussed by the parliamentarians in the parliament. That's why we are saying legislature as an arm of government is very important and we need to honor it. Another one, it plays a vital role in upholding and defending the supremacy of the Constitution. It plays a role in upholding and defending the supremacy of the what? Of the Constitution. Another one, we are saying it takes part in approving government loans, both domestic and foreign. Both domestic and what? Foreign. So we are saying it tends to take part in approving individuals nominated by the president for various senior public offices like ministers, judges. It is the parliament to approve. Yeah? The president can appoint, but the parliament approves that what? Appointment. So we are saying the parliament is very, very important. As we are going in 2026 elections, you need to know the role of the what? The parliament. In other words, the educated people are the one to tell people the role of the parliament, so that they choose someone, they elect someone who can really represent and becomes the voice of the what? Of the people. So the parliament is very important as an arm of what?
Government.
As an arm of what?
Government.
Government.